Communities in Ghana are calling on the government to address the country's waste management problems in the 2022 budget. According to the concerned residents, the poor waste management practices within the country has become very evident as water bodies, drains and water or rainwater wash all sorts of waste materials into the ocean and onto Ghana's beaches. A development that negatively affects fisherfolks and presents threatening conditions for wildlife. Citi News' Michael Tsatsu Axorlu has this report.
Volunteers and residents in Nungwa spend their day picking ties, plastic bottles, baby diapers, shoes, hair extensions, among other waste materials from their beaches. Unfortunately for residents in coastal communities like Nungwa, they stand the risk of disease outbreaks and extreme pollution due to indiscriminate and unsafe disposal of solid waste into open drains and water bodies.
All the waste we find on the beaches starts from our homes, by a street corner somewhere, and 70% of whatever is found on the beach is from land base, and this comes to the beach through our gutters. When it rains, the rain takes all this trash with the wind, puts them into the gutter, directs them through a flowing water body that has its end in the ocean, like a lagoon or a river, and then finally goes into the ocean, and the current starts moving this trash around. At the end of the day, we have all this trash scattered and spread on the coastlines.
Several districts in Ghana struggle with waste disposal and management issues as the authorities and waste companies are overwhelmed by the volume of waste generated daily. According to a 2021 research work by Samuel Yaolisa et al. On managing urban solid waste in Ghana, about 12,710 tons of solid waste is generated daily in Ghana, with only 10% collected and disposed of at designated dumping sites. The rest, unfortunately, end up in the environment, the oceans and beaches.
We know that in production, the company is supposed to follow the product to its last place, that is into the trash can. Where are your products going after you produce them, after we use them? What initiative have you put out there in order to what? Keep or put the plastics at the right place? We all don't do it. So that's how come we have all this waste here.
Plastic Punch, an NGO dedicated to fighting plastic pollution, reports that fishermen are now catching plastics instead of fishes, a situation that is causing fisher folks to record major losses. Poor sanitation as a result of indiscriminate waste disposal alone is already estimated to cost the country $290 million every year. Some residents and volunteers who spoke to Citi Business News believe the government should do more to ensure waste disposal and management is improved.
To be frank, they should add something to the budget so that they will deal with the rubber issue. So I think I will urge the government to also add something, not even small. They should add something more to deal with this in the rubber issue. Because when we're coming at the entrance there, I saw something there and I asked myself, why? Are we in a forest or we are in, let's say, a country? Because the rubber over there was very disappointed. When I came here and saw this one too, I said, wow, we still have a long way to go. So I think the government, they should add something to this in the budget so that we can use that one to deal with the rubber issue.
I think the first thing is for the government to hold the plastic producers to task. I know Voltic is doing something with plastic collections. They buy back the plastic. They've reduced the amount of plastic that go into the bottles, so I guess it takes less time to do, biodegrade. So I feel like they should hold those people, Belacqua, Everplast, all those people, they should find ways of getting them to either collect back the plastics, get them to put their minds together, set up a recycling plant, something, because I feel like it will help them in the long run because they'll just get their raw materials back. So I think that's the first step, and then afterwards the government should make efforts with the collection agencies to separate trash, and so that we can easily get the plastics and other things that we can recycle out of it, and then educate the people on how to separate their trash. I think it's really everybody just needs to step up and do better.
The government of Ghana, however, announced the introduction of a sanitation and pollution levy in the 2021 budget statement to help address the issues of sanitation in the country. This new tax, according to the government, is to help provide the requisite resources to address the country's sanitation challenges. Much results, however, hasn't been seen as the country's waste management challenges persist.
Though the UN says that there will be more plastics than fishes in the ocean by 2050. Yet, in communities where we work in Accra, we're already catching more plastics than fishes. The fisher folks are complaining. They are losing their livelihoods. Most of these communities also are visibly seeing the impact of this plastic waste in their communities. In communities like Adam, Pram, and in Dansoman, even in Teshi, the fisher folks are losing their livelihoods, and they are catching already more plastics than fishes.
With Ghana's current growth rate and overwhelming solid waste generation, the government clearly needs to speed up its efforts to improve sanitation and solid waste management. More investment is needed in the sector, as well as the enforcement of sanitation laws.
Reporting from the beaches of Nungwa, I am Michael Tsatsu Axorlu, reporting for Citi Business News.
And over 2,000 pigs have